Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the one and only Gene Kelly, the charismatic song and dance man who captivated audiences with his athletic elegance and irrepressible charm. But before he became a household name, Eugene Curran Kelly was just a young boy from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with a passion for movement and a dream of making it big in the City of Steel. Born on August 23, 1912, in the East Liberty neighborhood of Pittsburgh, Gene Kelly was the third of three children to James Joseph Kelly Cern and Harriet Catherine Curran. His father, a phonograph salesman with a quick wit and a love for music, and his mother, a homemaker with a warm heart and a talent for storytelling, instilled in Gene a strong work ethic and a love for the arts. The Kelly family lived a modest life in a cozy row house on Winifred Street, but they valued education and encouraged their children to explore their creative interests. Gene's early years were marked by a lively household, where music and dance were an integral part of family gatherings. His parents would often host impromptu dance parties, with his father spinning records on the phonograph and his mother teaching the kids traditional Irish dances. Growing up in Pittsburgh during the 1920s was a unique experience for Gene. The city was a melting pot of cultures, with immigrants from Europe and beyond bringing their customs and traditions to the Steel City. Gene attended St. Raphael's Elementary School, a Catholic school in the heart of the neighborhood, where he developed a strong foundation in academics and athletics. His natural aptitude for sports, particularly football and gymnastics, would later influence his distinctive dance style, which blended athletic precision with artistic expression. The city's vibrant ethnic communities, including the Irish and Italian neighborhoods, also exposed Gene to diverse musical traditions, from folk dances to opera. He would often sneak into the local Nickelodeon to watch silent films, mesmerized by the likes of Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. The Pittsburgh of Gene's childhood was a city in transition. The steel mills and factories that lined the three rivers, the Allegheny, Monongahela, and Ohio, were booming, but the Great Depression was looming on the horizon. Gene's family felt the effects of the economic downturn, with his father struggling to make ends meet as a phonograph salesman. However, despite the financial struggles, the Kellys remained a tight-knit family, relying on each other for support and comfort. This sense of resilience and resourcefulness would serve Gene well throughout his life, as he navigated the ups and downs of a career in show business. The rise of vaudeville and burlesque shows in Pittsburgh also had a profound impact on Gene's formative years. His family would often attend performances at the Nixon Theater, where his father worked as an usher. These early experiences sparked Gene's imagination and fueled his desire to become a performer himself. He was captivated by the likes of Eddie Cantor, Al Jolson, and the Marx Brothers, who mesmerized audiences with their unique blend of comedy, music, and dance. Gene would often sneak backstage to meet the performers, soaking up stories about life on the road and the art of entertaining. As a young boy, Gene began taking dance lessons at the age of 8, studying with a local teacher named Sweeney, who introduced him to various styles, including tap, ballet, and ballroom dance. Gene's natural talent, combined with his dedication and perseverance, soon earned him recognition as a gifted young dancer in Pittsburgh's thriving arts community. He would often perform at local talent shows and community events, where he honed his skills and developed a sense of confidence that would serve him well on the stage and screen. The influence of his family, community, and cultural environment during these early years laid the foundation for Gene Kelly's future success. His parents' emphasis on education and the arts, the city's rich cultural heritage, and the lively world of vaudeville all contributed to Gene's unique perspective and artistic vision. As Gene Kelly entered his teenage years, his passion for dance became an all-consuming force that drove him to form a dance team with his brother James and friend Jack Stanton. The trio would perform at local functions, including weddings and community events, where they honed their skills and developed a unique style that blended athletic precision with artistic expression. Their energetic performances, which often featured intricate tap routines and acrobatic leaps, left audiences in awe and earned them a reputation as one of the most exciting young dance teams in Pittsburgh. In 1928, Gene enrolled in the University of Pittsburgh, where he studied economics and joined the Cap and Gown Club, a theatrical organization that allowed him to pursue his love for dance and performance. The club's productions, which ranged from musical comedies to dramatic plays, provided Gene with a platform to showcase his talents and experiment with different styles and techniques. His instructors, who recognized his exceptional abilities, encouraged him to pursue a career in dance, and Gene began to envision a future where he could combine his passion for performance with his love of movement. During his college years, Gene's talents caught the attention of his instructors, who urged him to explore the world of professional dance. In 1931, he graduated from the University of Pittsburgh and moved to New York City to study at the Singin School of Dramatic Art, where he was exposed to various styles of dance, including modern, jazz, and tap. The school's rigorous program, which emphasized technique and creativity, helped Gene develop a strong foundation in dance and prepared him for the demands of a professional career. Gene's big break came in 1937 when he landed a role in the Broadway production of Leave It to Me, a musical comedy that marked the beginning of his successful career on stage. The show's energetic choreography, which featured complex tap routines and acrobatic stunts, showcased Gene's unique blend of athletic precision and artistic expression. His performance earned him critical acclaim and recognition as one of the most talented young dancers on Broadway. Gene's experiences on Broadway led him to develop a distinctive dance style that blended athletic precision with artistic expression, earning him recognition as one of the most innovative and influential dancers of his time. In 1938, he appeared in the Broadway production of The Time of Your Life, which further solidified his reputation as a gifted performer. The show's complex choreography, which featured intricate partnerships and ensemble pieces, challenged Gene to push the boundaries of his craft and explore new ways of expressing himself through movement. Gene's success on stage soon caught the attention of Hollywood, and in 1942, he made his film debut in For Me and My Gal, starring alongside Judy Garland. The movie's musical numbers, which featured Gene's signature blend of tap and ballet, marked the beginning of a long and fruitful partnership between the two stars. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, and their performances together remain some of the most memorable in Hollywood history. As Gene's film career took off, he became known for his innovative approach to dance, which incorporated athletic movements and everyday actions into his choreography. His iconic dance sequences, such as the Singin' in the Rain routine from the 1952 film of the same name, have become an integral part of American pop culture. Gene's collaboration with Judy Garland continued with films like The Pirate and Summer Stock, which showcased their undeniable chemistry and cemented their status as one of Hollywood's most beloved on-screen couples. In 1944, Gene starred in the film Cover Girl, alongside Rita Hayworth and Phil Silvers, which showcased his unique blend of dance styles and cemented his status as a Hollywood star. The movie's memorable musical numbers, including the iconic Make Way for Tomorrow sequence, featured Gene's signature blend of tap, jazz, and ballet. The following year, he appeared in the film Anchors Aweigh, alongside Frank Sinatra and Katherine Grayson, which featured the now iconic dance sequence with Jerry the Mouse, a cartoon character from the Tom and Jerry series. This groundbreaking sequence, which combined live action and animation, remains one of the most beloved and enduring moments in Gene's film career. The scene's innovative blend of dance and animation, which was achieved through a combination of precise choreography and meticulous editing, raised the bar for future musical numbers and paved the way for future innovations in the genre. As Gene's star continued to rise, he became known for his tireless work ethic and perfectionism, which earned him the respect and admiration of his peers. In 1949, he starred in the film On the Town, alongside Frank Sinatra and Jules Munshin, which was filmed on location in New York City and featured a memorable sequence where Gene danced through the streets of Manhattan. This film marked a turning point in Gene's career, as he began to take on more creative control over his projects, including choreographing and directing many of his own dance sequences. Gene's contributions to the world of dance and film were not limited to his performances alone. He was also a talented director and choreographer, who worked behind the camera to create some of the most iconic musical numbers in Hollywood history. His work on films like Anchors Aweigh and On the Town showcased his innovative approach to dance and his ability to push the boundaries of the genre. In 1951, Gene directed and choreographed the film An American in Paris, which starred Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron. The movie's memorable musical numbers, including the iconic I Got Rhythm sequence, featured Gene's signature blend of tap, jazz, and ballet. The film's success cemented Gene's status as a leading director and choreographer in Hollywood and paved the way for future innovations in the genre. As Gene Kelly's career continued to soar, he remained committed to pushing the boundaries of dance and film, always seeking new ways to express himself and tell stories through movement. In 1952, he starred in the iconic movie Singin' in the Rain, a cinematic masterpiece that many consider to be one of the greatest films of all time. The movie's memorable musical numbers, including the titular song and dance routine, showcased Gene's unique blend of tap, jazz, and ballet as he splashed and danced his way through the streets of Hollywood, twirling his umbrella with reckless abandon. This film cemented his status as a Hollywood legend and solidified his place in the pantheon of great entertainers alongside icons like Fred Astaire and Charlie Chaplin. The making of Singin' in the Rain was a labor of love for Gene, who worked tirelessly with co-directors Stanley Donen and Charles Walters to perfect every detail, from the choreography to the cinematography. He spent hours rehearsing his dance routines, honing his technique, and experimenting with new moves, always striving to create something fresh and innovative. In the latter half of the 1950s, Gene began to focus more on directing and choreographing rather than performing, as he sought to explore new ways to tell stories through dance and movement. He directed and choreographed several films, including Invitation to the Dance and The Happy Road, which showcased his innovative approach to dance and his ability to convey emotion and narrative through movement. Although these films were not as commercially successful as some of his earlier work, they demonstrated Gene's willingness to take risks and push the boundaries of what was possible on screen. One notable example of Gene's innovative approach to dance during this period was his use of location shooting in Invitation to the Dance. The film featured a series of dance sequences shot on location in various European cities, showcasing Gene's ability to adapt his choreography to different environments and settings. This approach not only added visual interest to the film, but also allowed Gene to explore new themes and ideas, such as the relationship between dance and architecture. In the 1960s and 1970s, Gene continued to work in film and television, although at a slower pace, as he began to focus more on his personal life and legacy. He made appearances on popular TV shows, such as The Muppet Show and Saturday Night Live, where he delighted audiences with his charm and wit, and directed several documentaries and concert films, including the 1974 film That's Entertainment, a documentary that celebrated the golden age of Hollywood musicals. This film was a nostalgic tribute to the era that had made Gene a star, featuring clips from classic movies like Singin' in the Rain and Anchors Aweigh, as well as interviews with other Hollywood legends. As Gene Kelly's life drew to a close, he received numerous accolades for his contributions to the world of entertainment, including the American Film Institute's Life Achievement Award in 1985 and a special tribute at the Kennedy Center in 1990. Despite his advancing age and declining health, Gene remained active and engaged, always looking for new ways to express himself and connect with audiences. Gene Kelly passed away on February 2, 1996, at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and delight audiences around the world. His passing was mourned by fans and fellow performers alike, who remembered him as a true original, a man who had heard the music of life and responded with movement, passion, and creativity. As the great dancer and choreographer once said, "The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said," a poignant statement that reflects not only his approach to dance and storytelling, but also his character as a whole. Today, Gene Kelly's legacy continues to inspire new generations of dancers, choreographers, and filmmakers who marvel at his innovative approach to dance and his ability to tell stories through movement. His iconic dance sequences remain some of the most beloved and enduring moments in Hollywood history, and his influence can be seen in everything from music videos to Broadway shows. Gene Kelly's place in history is secure, and his impact on popular culture will continue to be felt for generations to come. His was a life of creativity, passion, and joy, and his legacy serves as a reminder to always strive for excellence, to take risks, and to never lose sight of our imagination and sense of wonder. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.